Okay, so you have been asking us to review more budget laptops. You ask and we deliver as long as your wishes are tech related, of course. So today we have a very different laptop with us, the Honor MagicBook 14. It is different because A, it is a laptop from a very new laptop brand, so after sales service could be tricky. More on that later. And B, the specs for the price are really good. Like it has a compact 14-inch display, Ryzen 5 processor, 512GB SSD. And if you go on Amazon right now and search for the exact specs, Ryzen 5, 512GB SSD, see the price from other laptops starts at 45,000 rupees. But we got this Honor MagicBook 14 for less than 40,000. So the question that has to be asked is this the best laptop you can buy for 40,000 rupees? Well, I've been using the laptop for about a month now and I have some really interesting things to talk about, so stay tuned till the end of the video. Let's go. Okay, before we move on to this video, a very important announcement. Are you passionate about all things tech and love to write about it? Then I've got some great news for you. Cut it. Well, ChatGPT can't write creative stuff, but if you can, we are hiring for various positions. Post and experience doesn't matter, but we are looking for two important things. Number one, it is a full-time position in-house, so you have to come to Delhi NCR in the office. Number two, this one is good. We are looking for both experienced people as well as freshers. All we need is your proof of work. So whatever position you are applying for, send in the link for your best creative work. You can know more from the first link in the description. So you get the box. Inside you have the laptop wrapped up in paper. You get some extra paperwork and a power brick which is Type-C. I really like this convenience because I can charge this laptop with any Type-C cable. I don't need to carry about a proprietary, that heavy charger brick of a laptop. Good job, Honor. And to make things simple for you, I'll be telling about the pros and cons of this laptop. For me, the first pro is the build quality. Like just have a look at the design. I really like this bluish shiny material and it is so compact. I use this cute little bag daily and it easily fits in the bag, no problem at all. By the way, I noticed a lot of you asked about the link of this bag. Well, subscribe and I might reveal it. Also, the display here is pretty sturdy, like doing this almost no wobble, so I can easily use it on my lap. Nice. Now yes, you can technically open the lid with one hand, but it is pretty janky and you will always end up using both your hands. However, I really like the screen tilt. Let me show you. So see here, this is the normal 90 degree. Now I can tilt it at 135 degree, see, fixed, and it can go all the way to 180 degrees. So if I have a laptop stand like this one right here, I can open a movie on this screen and do some other task. Pretty cool. Now this has a 10 keyless keyboard layout, so you will not get the dedicated number keys, but frankly in my usage, this keyboard works just fine. The key travel and everything is on point. Also it is backlit, so using it in the dark, I had no issues. Same goes for the trackpad. It is as good as any other Windows trackpad out there. Supports 3-finger and even 4-finger gestures. Now there is also a fingerprint sensor in the power button, which is pretty fast and accurate as you can see. And interestingly, see here, there is no webcam at the top near the display. Now there is this extra button here and if you press it, the camera pops open. More on the webcam in just a moment. So overall, I really like the make and build of this entire laptop. And since we are on the subject of the build, let's talk about the ports, which is the second pro. So you get all the necessary ports here. You get a Type-C charging port, Type-A USB port, HDMI port. On the other side, you have another USB-A port and a headphone jack. The only thing missing here is an SD card reader, but you don't get that even in expensive video editing laptop. So for the price, the ports here are pretty adequate. And I even like the display here. So this is a 14-inch Full HD IPS display. And the best part about the display is, this is anti-glare. Let me show you. This is Realme laptop and this does not have an anti-glare display. So see, if I have a strong light behind me, like an open window, or since I'm in the studio, these studio lights, see if the screen is dark, I can clearly see the reflection here. But on the Honor Magic, see, I'll play the same scene, there is no reflection. So this really improves the movie watching or even your typing experience. Now, the only concern I have with the display is brightness. Technically, it is 250 nits, which is typical for a laptop at this price. But even then, I have seen brighter screens. Like if I'm using it indoors, there are no issues. But if you're taking it to your college or outdoors, then the screen can seem a little bit dim. But if you don't carry your laptop outside, it's not a deal breaker as such. And overall, I was pretty satisfied with the display. And I'm very satisfied with the battery performance too. So I've been daily driving this laptop on medium to heavy usage at 50% brightness. Like with writing docs, watching YouTube videos and all of that. And here I was getting nearly 5 hours of screen on time, which is very good for a laptop because I've used many other laptops in this price range and this is the best battery life you can get. Also, this comes with 65-watt charger, so it goes from 0 to 100 in about 2 hours time. And finally, performance. Well, that is actually a mixed bag. So you get an AMD Ryzen 5 5500U processor, 8GB DDR4 RAM and 512GB SSD. And here's something interesting. So by default, the storage is divided into two drives, C drive and data drive, which is really nice. Now this has integrated graphics, which is also very good at this price point. And day-to-day activities like listening to music, watching movies, browsing the web and all of that multitasking is okay. But I found a few lags here and there, like a very common thing, and you will notice it daily. It has a pretty slow wake-up time when it is not used for a while. Okay, so I've shut off the computer, and now when I open the lid, I press the power button. See, nothing happens for quite a while. It takes some time to boot up properly. Also see here, if I open more than 5 Chrome tabs, it reloads the older tab. During multitasking, I noticed a few slowdowns, like I cannot exactly show you on camera, but when you quickly switch between the apps and then you double click on the mouse, it takes a time to load the menu. Now yes, you can technically run Photoshop and Premiere Pro and you can edit in them. However, this model here is only 8GB RAM, so heavy tasks take a long time. And we even ran CrystalMark speed test. This tests the speed of the SSD, and for the price, the SSD speed is good. Let me open it and see if we can upgrade the RAM or not. So this is how the inside looks like. Totally black. I think only this SSD, NVMe SSD, is upgradable to about 1 TB, 2 TB, and everything else is soldered to the board, so you cannot upgrade the RAM. So if you do more multitasking or heavy tasks, I would recommend getting the 16GB RAM variant. Now, I didn't exactly try gaming during my use because frankly, this laptop is not meant for gamers. But then again, let's test some game together. Okay, so we'll play CSGO. So this is the third time we are trying to open the game. And it crashed and revived, and now the game is started again. Nice. So at low settings, you are getting like 54 FPS in the game, which is decent for this laptop. See, yeah, gameplay wise, it was expected. In this price range, you cannot do proper gaming. If you need like 15 to 30 minutes light gaming, that will work, but it will struggle playing more demanding games. And speaking of demands, let's talk about cons. And the first con is speakers. The speakers here are below average. Let me show you. So this is here is the Realme laptop, and this starts at 45,000 rupees, and I'll play the same music on both. So see, the audio doesn't seem to have any bass, even the vocal clarity is not that good, and that's no surprise. So the speakers here are at the bottom, so the sound is literally blocked. If you want to watch movies, I would recommend using a headphone. I mean, it does have a 3.5mm jack, so use it. Second would be webcam. Because the camera is completely shut away when not in use, that is good. Honor is being honorable about your privacy. Wow. Because I think they could have done a better job here, because see, this is very weird angle for video calls, and San was the one testing this laptop, and every time we opened the webcam, he just hated the view. It was showing more of his chin and neck than his face. Also, the camera is just 720p, and overall the webcam is just bare minimum usable. Now, one of the main reasons why people don't buy new brand laptops is because of the after sales service support. So we got a service center phone number and we called the Honor service center, and this is what they replied. So basically what they're saying is they do service this laptop, but you don't get spare parts. So they actually service and they do not service, if that makes sense. And if I do a Google search of Honor Service Center, it is showing me 2-3 options. The second one is the one we called, which don't service anymore. And for the rest of the service center, there is no phone number written. But if I search for any other brand, say Lenovo Service Center, see, it is showing me so many options along with its phone number. And this is one of the reasons why newer brands like Honor can afford to give good specs laptop for a low price, because they cut cost in after sales service. So yes, that was the Honor MagicBook 14. Honor MagicBook 14. I for one really enjoyed my time with the laptop. It is compact, has a very good battery life, and if I have my headphones on watching movies and all, was a really good experience. So to answer the question, is this the best laptop at 40,000 rupees? Well, if you're a student or a working professional who needs a laptop for doing Word, Excel, PPT and all of that, this is a good laptop. for light stuff. If you opt for the 16GB RAM variant, you can even do photo and light video editing on it. However, the after sales service is very bad. And if you are from a place where you don't have computer repair shops, then I would recommend increasing your budget to 45,000 and go for reliable brands like Lenovo, Acer, Dell and all of that. And if you like this video, you might also like this other laptop video that we did. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See ya in the next video. Pew.